Jonathan M. A. Oe Jon Lovitz is an American comedian, actor, and singer. He is best known as a cast member of the NBC sketch comedy show Saturday Night Live from 1985 to 1990. Early life: Lovitz was born in Los Angeles, California. His father was a doctor. His family is Jewish. Lovitz graduated with a theater degree in 1979 from the University of California at Irvine and then studied acting with Tony Barr at the Film Actors Workshop. He became a member of the Groundlings comedy troupe, where he befriended his future SNL fellow Phil Hartman. Career: Saturday Night Live. Lovitz was a cast member of Saturday Night Live from 1985 to 1990. He later said in an interview for the book Live from New York, An Uncensored History of Saturday Night Live, that his time on SNL was the most memorable in his career. He went from having no money to being offered a $500,000 movie contract. He was nominated for an Emmy Awards his first 2 years on Saturday Night Live. One of his most notable SNL characters was a Tommy Flanagan, the pathological liar who used the old catchphrase yeah. That unregistered trademark S the ticket. As he, after visible effort, finally finished constructing his latest lie. The line was previously said by Humphrey Bogart. Some of his other recurring characters included Annoying Man, Master Thespian, Tonto, Mephistopheles, Harvey Fierstein, and Michael Dukakis. In a 1986 episode of Saturday Night Live he played a virgin Trekkie, who was scripted to hang his head when asked by William Shatner if he had ever kissed a girl. Hanukkah Harry, one of his most memorable roles, cast him in 1989 as a Jewish contemporary of Santa Claus who lives on Mount Sinai and travels the globe with a cart flown by 3 donkeys to give bland gifts to Jewish boys and girls. Harry is asked to fill in when Santa falls ill on Christmas Eve. Television series: Lovitz's first stint as a regular in a situation comedy was as Mole, an investigator for a New York City district attorney's office, in the short-lived 1985 '86 series Foley Square, starring Margaret Collin. Voice-over work: Lovitz has lent his voice to several cartoons and films. In the series The Critic, he played the title character of Jay Sherman. He has made several appearances on The Simpsons, including as Marge's prom date Artie Ziff in a The Way We Was, the art teacher in a Brush with Greatness, a theatre director Llewellyn Sinclair and his sister who owned a daycare centre in a streetcar named Marge, Andre in a Homer unregistered trademark S triple bypass, and numerous other appearances. He was also the voice of radio in the Hyperion-produced, Disney-distributed animated movie The Brave Little Toaster, and he lent his voice for a promo video for the video game Banjo-Kazooie. Music: Jon Lovitz performed a duet with Robbie Williams on Williams' 2001 album Swing When You're unregistered trademark Re-Winning, in the song Well, Did You Evil film roles, cameos and television guest appearances. In the late 1990s, Lovitz was a man who wrote the Yellow Pages, in a series of commercials and print ads for the American Yellow Pages industry. He also appeared in ads for Subway. He had a cameo in the movie Matilda, as $1 Million Sticky Man. His first starring role was in Mom and Dad Save the World as the film unregistered trademark S antagonist Emperor Todd Spingo. He later starred in the film High School High, this time as the protagonist. He also had an uncredited cameo as a rival crooner to Adam Sandler in the movie The Wedding Singer and had a small role in another of Sandler unregistered trademark S movies, Little Nicky. He was a supporting character in a Mr. D. Stein with James Belushi. Lovitz also appeared on Friends twice. He first appeared in the season 1 episode The One with the Stoned Guy as a restaurateur who gets stoned on marijuana just prior to interviewing Monica Geller for a job. He reappeared years later in the season 9 episode The One with the Blind Dates, where it is revealed that he lost his restaurant due to a drug problem. Lovitz guest starred as himself in the Larry Sanders Show episode Larry Loses a Friend he appeared on Seinfeld as Gary Fogel, a man who lies about having cancer and later dies in a car accident. In 1991 Lovitz appeared in the season 6 episode of Married with Children entitled A Oe Kelly Does Hollywood Part 2 as sleazy Hollywood producer Mr. Littlehead. In 1992, Lovitz portrayed crusty baseball scout Ernie Capadino in A League of Their Own. In 1994, Lovitz appeared in City Slickers 2, The Legend of Curly's Gold as the strange brother of Billy Crystal. In 1998, Lovitz made a dramatic turn when he appeared in a small but pivotal role in Todd Solondz's film Happiness as a depressed, socially inept man who publicly berates his date for thinking of him as nothing. His insults set the tone for her character throughout the film. Lovitz guest starred twice on news radio as two separate characters before becoming a cast member in the show's final season. In the final season, he played Max Louis, the news radio announcer who replaced Phil Hartman's Bill McNeil. Lovitz played Randy in Rat Race. In 2003, he appeared in an episode of Just Shoot Me as a man married to Nina. He appeared on 2.5 Men in 2006 as a jingle writer named Archie. He had multiple guest appearances on Las Vegas as Fred Puterbaugh, up to the end of the second series. Lovitz also appeared in The Producers as Mr. Marks. In 2010, he appeared as the Raw guest host on the May 24 episode of WWE Raw. Broadway theater, he has appeared on Broadway at the Music Box Theater in Neil Simon's play The Dinner Party, taking over the lead role from Henry Winkler. He sang at Carnegie Hall 3 times and sang the national anthem at Dodger Stadium and the U.S. Open. On October 10, 2001, Lovitz sang a duet of the song Well, Did You Ever? At the Royal Albert Hall. The recording can be found on the Swing When You're Winning album. Commercial work. In 2006 he became the spokesman in an advertising campaign for the Subway restaurant chain. Stand-up comedy. In 2003, Lovitz began his stand-up career at the Laugh Factory in Los Angeles, California. The Jon Lovitz Comedy Club. On November 8, 2007, Lovitz had the grand opening for his new comedy club, the Jon Lovitz Comedy Club at Aubergine in the Gaslamp District in San Diego, California, sponsored by RRX. The club has played host to David Spade, Ralphie May, Carlos Mencia, Dana Carvey, Joe Coy, Eric Schwartz, Norm Macdonald, Joe Rogan, Russell Peters, Kevin Nealon, Jon Stewart, and Ryan Robinson. There is also a second Jon Lovitz Comedy Club location on Universal City Walk in Universal Studios Hollywood. A comic short film starring Ken Division and featuring Lovitz was filmed there, directed by Emmy nominee Brent Rusk and written by Aaron Division. Weekly episodes of The Adam Carolla Show, a podcast hosted by comedian Adam Carolla, have been recorded at the City Walk location since early 2011. The Jon Lovitz Comedy Club in Universal Studios Hollywood is home to the first ever MMA Roast/MMA Roasted stand-up comedy show in 2009. Admirable mixed martial arts fighters including UFC legend Guillermo Leopoldo were recognized with good humor for their outstanding accomplishments while being ridiculed in a heartwarming fashion. The Jon Lovitz Comedy Club and Podcast Theater. On May 29, 2011, the name was changed from the Jon Lovitz Comedy Club to the Jon Lovitz Comedy Club and Podcast Theater. Filmography, television, other work, Comedy Central Roast of Bob Saget, himself, Comedy Central Roast of Charlie Sheen, himself, Cranium Command, Right Brain, The Critic, Jay Sherman, The House of Mouse, Awards, References. External links, Jon Lovitz at the Internet Movie Database, Jon Lovitz at the Internet Broadway Database, Jon Lovitz on MySpace.com.